stylist dinner. I'm excited. Now I'm nervous. You know, this is huge for me. I'm so nervous. I wish Zendaya could be here with me, but she has a career. She's working, and I understand that. She's so good to me. Does anybody have gum or mints? Mints? Well, how are you gonna get 5 stars?
Wow.
Because you're handsome. You think that's all it takes?
Yeah, that's why I got it.
That's true. No, I'll give you 5 stars just because you're handsome.
Gotta get some gum, man.
Are you looking forward to seeing anyone? Is there anyone in particular that you're excited to be with at this event?
Exquisite. This is the best.
Well, guys,
Healthy. Health first. Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it. We'll do it. No, I feel really beautiful. She did a good job. And then when he opened the door for me, he looked at me as if I was beautiful, you know? It's a really powerful feeling. I haven't always felt beautiful, you know?
Can you elaborate on that? I want to talk about sort of that power and that confidence. Where does that come from?
I've always been a really, really secure person. And I say this as humbly as possible. I always thought that there was something special about me, even when I was a kid. And I've always been super secure and like self-motivated, and I always want to figure stuff out for myself. You know, and then as I got older, people would tell me, like, I was a horrible student in high school, like horrible. I barely graduated, but you know, it's so funny. I have so many stories. But you know, when someone else sees something special in you, it kind of makes you move harder. You know what I mean? It makes you go harder. Because in a way, now you're not only doing it for you, you're doing it for them as well, because you don't want them to feel like you made a mistake, that they made a mistake, you know? So yeah, like even when I was heavier and my skin was really bad, and you know, I'm not saying I felt like the most attractive person, but I still was confident. I still knew that I was special. I knew that when I walked in a room, like, I would still command attention, whether it be from my personal style, which has always been great. Even at 250 pounds, the style was great, you know. I think that just came from my family, my grandfather and my grandmother. You know, I think just black people in general, fashion and adornments and those things are really important to us, because, I mean, shit, we did start off as kings and queens, so, you know, I think that's why we're so drawn to fashion and to luxury, because it's in our DNA. It's how we're supposed to be living, inherently, innately fashion, you know, fabulous. We like to floss, you know, and I don't think there anything wrong with it if you do it in a way that you still sustain yourself, and you don't want to live check to check to get the newest, you know, or the most expensive, but there's nothing wrong with working for it. And you can really afford it about whatever the fuck you want, because I do.
Can you talk to me more about just some of your early style influences, like where that came from?
Honestly, my biggest style influence, and the reason I am a stylist, and I accredit that to my mother, and my English might not always be right. These words might not always be real words, but y'all just gotta bear with me, because it's the way I talk, you know. It all happened because my mother let me play with Barbie dolls, honestly. I think she kind of tricked me and let me do it just so I could babysit my little sisters. But her coming home and me not jumping and throwing the Barbie, you know what I mean? And she, you know, because that was the first woman that I was able to dress, you know, and I did that for years. Like, I literally would go to the drugstores and steal Barbie clothes. Like, for my sisters. Well, it was really for me, but I used to come home and be like, oh, look what I bought you. I used to go and steal the outfits. I never forget, I will I had a scalpel because of my mother. My mother's husband had bought me this is so funny, all this shit is coming back. He had bought me a science kit because he didn't want me to play with Barbie dolls. So I used to take the scalpel from the science kit and go and just slice the very under of the clothes and just slide them out. You know what I mean? So I didn't have to walk around with the package and try to open it and not fumble. I literally used to go in and I'll slide it through and open it and steal all the clothes. My little sisters had everything. Yeah. So Barbie was the first woman I ever dressed, and I love her. And I love my mother for letting me do it, you know, even with her husband at the time telling me that wasn't right. Or boyfriend, one or another, you know. And I used to play with G.I. Joes, but I always wanted, like, CoverGirl and all the girl action figures. So funny. Yeah, so that was my introduction to styling and my love. How cutting t-shirts and socks and making dresses, and, you know, if I felt like their hair would be short, I'll cut their hair. Like, no, she has to have a bob with this outfit, you know. So I ruined a lot of Barbie dolls, but I stole a lot too.
Do you still get that same joy from styling today that you did when you were styling a Barbie?
Yeah, I do. It's, for me, when I work with somebody, and, like, I love the idea of what women represent. You know, like, women to me have always been this fantasy, and I don't think it's wrong to look at women in that way. And it's not like a sexual fantasy, or, you know, or like they should be submissive, but, and really the way women were, you know what I mean? Like, my mom used to every night take a bath and paint her nails and, you know, roll her hair and tie her hair up, and, you know what I mean? Like, so it was just, it's a lost science almost, like a lost art form, I should say, you know. And I'm so happy that I get to see that in Celine Dion, and I think Zendaya is learning that as she gets older, you know what I mean? It's like, Celine is just my ultimate fantasy of what a woman should be. She has a way that she puts on her nylons, and the way that she puts on her earrings, and, you know, and the way she holds her pinky to her face when she's putting on eyeshadow. It's just like, it's an art. Like, I literally, every time I sit and watch her, and I was so happy that in our first few encounters that she wasn't creeped out by it, because I literally like to sit on the floor and fold my legs and watch her do it, or watch, you know, sometimes watch a makeup artist do it. It just, it's just so powerful, and I just think, I think it represents something, you know, like, I think it represents this power that all women possess. It's hypnotic in a way, you know, and I love that. And for me to dress a girl, a woman, and for her to say, I feel beautiful, like, if I could do it for free, I literally would do it for free, because I am so, it's almost like a high for me when I know that everything is perfect and they feel as beautiful as possible, then I am so like gratified, you know. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I just really love women, you know. I think when a woman is confident, it's the sexiest thing in the world, no matter what size she is, you know. I really honestly and firmly believe that. Is this it? Let's treat it like a lady. Okay? I must deserve that respect. Thank you. Have a good night.
Hey, you too.
Those Uber drivers were nice tonight.
What was the shock? Like, what was the moment you walked in and realized, oh shit, I'm on the cover?
I literally walked in, I saw another cover, like a big one, and then I looked down on the bar and I'm like, oh shit, there it is. Like, this really fucking happened, you know? Not only did I make the list, but I made the cover, at least one of the covers, and for me to be included with those other people, it's like, it's just an honor, you know? It's just so happy. A little brown boy from Chicago. One of Hollywood's most powerful stylists. Get into it.